So we will be clearly making this a message part two. Part one, we covered these cards, and these cards were on the table already for part two. And the only one that I got through was reject. But here we go to continue. Again, in this season, right now, some of you are being told, and I think I'm picking up new energy versus what I said about the reject card at the end of the last reading, so you can go check that out. But you're being told, you are being shown patterns of behavior that others are displaying, patterns of behavior that you are displaying, patterned thinking, thoughts, mindsets that you are being called to reject. Shed a light on them. With your mind's eye, you are being allowed to recognize, to notice, to pick up on the frequency of this thing coming up. And maybe it is something for some of you that has come around, like this light around the torso and the waist here. This might be a mindset, a pattern behavior of others and or yourself that has been circling in your life for a time now, whatever that length of time is. But you are being shown with this card, never will you again be able to not notice this when it comes up. You are forbidding yourself from turning a blind eye to ignoring this pattern behavior that is now so obvious because your discernment level has increased. Simply by exposure, you cannot unknow that which you now know. You can choose to ignore it, but you're not ignoring it. You're not negating that this is something real, that's valuable, that's important for you to pay attention to. Our next card is guide. And why are you being called to reject something, some aspect of thinking or behaving from an other and or yourself? Is because you're here to be a navigator. You're here to make progress. You're here to go in a new direction, and you are here to be a guide. Your version of pattern recognition, I'm hearing, is what needs to be heard about. The slowness, the pace, the steadiness that you pursue improving life at, that is what needs to be pursued. We have been conditioned and told so much that fast is the best way, a quick fix. You acknowledge for the majority of human beings, of vessels, of life force on earth, we might be cyclical in some ways, but that turns around into acknowledging that there are seasons, and you have whole seasons to make improvements, not overnight. Break that bad month up into 12 months. And looking at this now, that's exactly what we have on the table. We have 12 months of recognition of aspects of energies. First 3 months of the year, January, February, March, the first quarter, okay? These 3 months make up one of the four. Acknowledgement, honesty, truth, reflection. The second 3 months after January, February, March, you got your April, May, and June, making adjustments, rejecting things, guiding yourself on a new path. That third 3 months, once you get to June, your August, September, October, because of the pattern recognition, because of the rejection and guiding yourself in a new direction, that is your season of reaping rewards. What do we call that? Majority time, that's our fall. That August, September, October, depending on where you are. Again, geography definitely is a real pattern thing. Coming out of summer, going into your fall. And then you have your fall winter, which is right here after your August, September, October, November, December. Wait, did I do this right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. That's where I was at. July, August, September. And August is right here. October, November, December. Excuse me. Our fall and winter. Because, winter breaks up for many people December and January. But let's see how these flip over and if they tell that narrative that you're going to begin noticing you're making changes in 3-month increments. These three, I'm recognizing, I'm journaling, I'm charting, I'm tracking. These three, now that I know what I have observed and I have not been judgmental with myself, I've simply observed where I am. I'm choosing, these are the things that I'm changing. I'm rejecting these things. I'm guiding myself in a new direction with these other things. And it says right here, parking lot. I think I said something in the first message when going over these 6 about sitting in a parking lot or heading to a parking lot to go out to eat. So this is a synchronicity. Maybe some of you, when you're listening to this, are in a parking lot, in a parking spot, at a park and go type of place outside of a store or in a parking garage. I might have actually said parking garage, but this makes so much sense. When you are rejecting and guiding yourself to go in a new place, sometimes what does a guide need to do? Pause, like what you do with your car in a parking lot, and look at the directions that you have given yourself and move forward accordingly. We have here our next answer is, and be generous. Lay it on thick for yourself, baby. Give with an open heart, offer without expectation, unconditional love. Another one of my mantras I have on my personal board in the AM is love without measure that which deserves such treasure. It's your season to give yourself unconditional love. And take this however you want, with a spoonful of salt, maybe even a tablespoon for some of y'all versus a teaspoon or 1/4 measurement. Babe, when you have given unconditionally to others, have you found that to be reciprocal? Again, I am not a Christian and I've explained many reasons why not. But offer without expectations when you choose to offer. Do not expect back. And if you know you're not at that season of your life where if you offer to do something for someone else, you know at the back of your mind you're going to be expecting or anticipating that at some point in the future they're going to look out for you in a similar, likewise type of way. Don't do it. You are setting yourself up for disappointment. They will not have your back. And especially if they tell you, I'm going to have your back. Let their actions speak for themselves. This is your season to be unconditionally in love with yourself. But if you choose to give with an open heart and give without expecting. And when you do it to yourself, you know you're expecting to what? Reap a reward. I'm going to feel better about myself. I'm going to be glad that I made an obligation, a commitment to myself, and I kept that. We have here next, engineer. This is so fitting because what is an engineer? They are an architect of solutions. That's all we are about on this channel. Solving solutions, coming up with systems, noticing patterns, being accountable, figuring this mess out because it is figure outable. Engineering practices. That means we're going to notice our resources. We are going to plan what to construct. We're going to evaluate the plan. Then we are going to construct. And as we construct, we're going to reflect on its functionality and how it operates without being wholly together. Once it is completely built, we're going to allow it to run. And we're going to take observational notes on how it's running and what could be the source of the good run or the bad run or the sounds and the kinks that we're hearing and seeing coming from it. We are problem solvers as engineers. We are the engineers of our own life. And we acknowledge that our life is made up of complex system, the eating system, the spiritual system, the thinking system, the moving system, the health system, the relational system, the educational system, the acquiring resources to provide for our life means systems. All of these things are interwoven because of the systems that have been set up around us that have forced us to buy into them, to act into them, to behave according to their guidelines And what did we also talk about in the beginning? And a huge part of this is technology and the threat that technology has on monitoring us and sending out brain waves, influencers like 5G. I remember back during the Ovid days, there were some commercials of people who were still going through their chemotherapy radiation for addressing their cancerous cells in their body. And so many of those commercials were noting how, though we're not supposed to be out in certain communities, again, like with HOAs or whatever, they were really harping down on people not being outside, conversing at the mailbox, or when taking their trash out, or whatever have you. But the folks who were in their houses, because they were supposed to stay away from certain elements to help build their immune system back after chemo, would be up sometimes, again, many different hours. And we're noticing these towers going up. And we're doing research, and some of them had also holistic, homeopathic doctors, and their actual physicians were letting them know the negative impact of their house, their residence, physical proximity to these towers that were going up, different G towers, was having and was trackably and noticeably showing a negative impact on their chemotherapy being receptive, like the receptivity of that. But the final thing we're going to take note of is you will one day, you are right now. And again, this is the one for fall and winter season. So this is very relevant. Be in a place where you're able to reminisce and look back over this experience. Like, wow, nostalgia. I really took myself through that. Let me sit on this swing and just reflect the memories, the testimonies. Wow, I have some sentimental moments where I really pulled through for myself, where I was really hard on myself. And my childhood might have some memories that weren't quite the best, but guess what? I can reflect on it and not re-feel it. I don't need to take myself back to that vibrational state or place. So I hope you enjoyed part one. I hope part two was good for you as well. And I will catch you, beautiful souls, on the next one. Later.